But it just came a time where it's just like I'm walking around with 2 cups all the time, all day, leaving the cup,
Right. Damn,
forget
man.
about the cup. Now my day getting more busy. I'm trying to think about the cup. It's just like
It's always there.
is it always there? Like it's just the cup, the cup, the cup. I'm older now. It's like the cup don't even look right at this point.
Yo,
Me
I
walking around
can't.
with a cup in my hand
Right.
all the time.
Right.
It's like, so it was just me. I grew out of it. It wasn't a thing where I just had to force myself. Like, man, I grew out of it. I started seeing certain things, and it was just certain messages that was popping up, and I just didn't ignore certain signs. Percocet, go. Miley Percocet, go. Percocet, set. Miley Percocet, set.
Why does the rapper Future keep mentioning Percocet? What is it and who should take it? Percocet, also known to some as Perks, Roxy, Polas, and Blue Dynamite. Again, I don't know where they get these names from, but I digress. Percocet is oxycodone and acetaminophen, also known as paracetamol. Everyone knows what paracetamol is, but what is oxycodone and what does it do? Oxycodone is an opioid that is one of the strongest painkillers available. It is highly addictive. Rappers that mention taking this generally say they use it for the euphoria or high effect of it, not for severe pain, which is what it's supposed to be for. In the UK, it is available on prescription for severe pain and is usually only initiated by specialist doctors. And these too aren't easy to get, and rightfully so. They are dangerous if not used in the right way and for the right purpose. And overdosing can be fatal. Don't be influenced by rappers, or anyone for that matter, making it seem like this is a wonder drug that gives you all these nice feelings. It's not. It's used by people with severe pain who would love to be in a pain-free position where they don't need to take this medication. But unfortunately, they are. That's it. Thank you for watching.
But what Future raps about more than being in the streets is his love for drugs. He raps about abusing them, mainly cough syrup, in almost every song. He became somewhat of a hero for people who had a love-hate relationship with drugs, creating legendary songs like Codeine Crazy. But as it turns out, a lot of his fans were disappointed when, in a 2019 interview, he revealed that at a time, he was completely sober, no double cups to be found. He received a lot of backlash at the time because he portrays an image that makes drug abuse seem appealing, while not letting on to the fact that he himself is sober. More recently though, his music videos have shown him seemingly pouring up lean, but there's no telling if he's sober now or just realized that he needs the syrup for his image.
Indianapolis man is accused of stealing more than $1 million in prescription drugs and doing so from a CVS distribution warehouse. Right now, that suspect is facing federal charges. Fox 59's Jesse Wells talked to federal prosecutors and explains how the suspect got caught.
As a supervisor here at this warehouse, court records claim the suspect used his personal access card to smuggle more than 1,500 bottles of codeine-based cough syrup out of the facility. Employees at this large CVS warehouse near I-70 and 465 normally work to distribute prescription medicine to CVS pharmacies across the Midwest. But according to this criminal complaint, one employee, Jesse Holloway, stole $1.2 million of a drug called promethazine with codeine.
This is what we call a diversion case, where drugs that are controlled and prescribed for legitimate uses are diverted. In this case, the allegation is they were stolen.
Federal prosecutors say the stolen cough syrup is an opioid, making it a controlled substance.
I had a conversation with Future one time in the studio, and he said something that I will never forget. And he laughed while he said it. He was like, yeah, you know, people be thinking I do so many, like people be thinking I'm really doing a lot of drugs because I rap about it all the time. But they don't even be knowing I'm a lightweight. I said, in my head. Because there are a lot of people that are huge Future fans, for instance. And that's how they're going to feel closer to him, because they're doing what they're hearing him rap about. Not knowing that he's not
on it like that.
Not like that, no.
Yes, boss. Back in here again once again, man. So I'm pretty sure you've seen the clips. If you haven't heard of this stuff by now, this should pretty much wake you up, right? Future does not do all of these drugs that he talks about. Now, remember when I told you guys previously, and I've said this multiple of times before, there's a lot of people who get paid to cause confusion. And there's a lot of people who push a lot of negativity, a lot of foolishness, and they know they do not live that lifestyle. So example, Future pushes the drug culture, codeine, Percocets, and Future doesn't even really live that lifestyle like that. It's just a form of influence. As I stated before, and I'm going to state it again, there's people who get paid to cause confusion. And once you're in the industry or a celebrity, you have influence. You have a lot of people who listen to you, support you. There's a lot of people who listen to Future because they feel as if from them doing drugs, they feel connected to him. So you have a lot of people who do that. And a lot of the music that he makes of the drug culture and pill popping community and lean community, it sounds very catchy. So it's a lot of people who fall in love with it. There are some people who know the difference who don't do that stuff. Like example, me, I don't pop pills. You feel me? I don't do that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I know that a lot of the songs is catchy. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people who aren't that much strong will, or they get easily influenced by these influencers, and they start getting into this lifestyle and they develop a habit. They develop a drug habit, develop a pill habit, develop a codeine habit, and it spills out into a little bit more where you have people abusing drugs. There's different types of ways how people can fall into drugs. You get what I'm saying? You can have people who go to the dentist and then they get given Oxycontin to take away the pain as a painkiller, and then they fall in love with the feeling of what they get from it, the high, the euphoria. There are some people who fall into that lifestyle, and you have to remember that there are some people who have addictions, whether drug-wise, whatever the case may be, and they don't speak about it until there's certain people who come out, i.e. influencers, that make them feel comfortable about it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm a pill popper. Yeah, I do this, I do that. Then they feel comfortable to do it. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, because they like these artists and these influencers, they take it as a way of feeling closer to them. So right then and there, it's just a throw off. That's why I'm glad that that guy I played in the clip, he explained what Percocets and all of that stuff is. It's painkillers. It's stuff that help people cope with pain that they need relieving of. And then there's some people who don't have any pain that they just abuse this stuff, and it's like, dog, I just want the euphoria feeling. I just want the high out of it. That's how you have a lot of people who become addicted to drugs. Now, stick a pin, right? Back in the days, you had a lot of people who are addicted to the crack and the cocaine and all of this different stuff. You have people out here on different types of drugs nowadays. People on lean cough syrup. People who abuse Xanax, Percocets, all of these different types of drugs. And it's like, these are the new age type of drugs. You get what I'm saying? You have all of these different type of designer drugs that people fall in love with, and they just get programmed to it. And it's like, they can't go a day without it. They can't go a day without a Percocet pill. They can't go a day without popping a Molly, popping a bean, something. It's like, yo, like, whatever happened to when some people just got high and stuff, or you get what I'm saying, stuck to basic drugs. You have people who taking it up there a little bit higher with the drugs. You get what I'm saying? With the flock and K2, and it's different types of drugs you have out here. Synthetic drugs, designer drugs. It's all types of drugs, and people are abusing it. And you have to understand that some of this stuff, even though, yes, it was already out here, you have a lot of people who are capitalizing and pushing it and influencing it, knowing damn well they do not do it like that. You get what I'm saying? Like Future. And you have to understand that this is like, you have people out here like Future that's low-key robbing people, whether they want to believe it or not. So stick a pin and go a little bit deeper into that, right? Whether some people do not know it, Juice WRLD basically came out and stated it before, that Future is his idol. Future is a very big influence on him. So the fact that he had the ability of working with Future, it did something for him because that's his idol. And he came out and even said it that, yo, like Future, like you're one of the reasons why I got into lean. You get what I'm saying? And Future, he said, oh, that weighed on him. How do you think that must have made him feel to know that the same person who he made an impact on had an overdose? You get what I'm saying? Some people don't know this stuff. You can Google this and you can look this up. This is public record, yo. Future basically makes impacts on a lot of different people. Not only Future, all of these big time rappers and influencers out there on a bigger stage. They influence these kids and influence the younger generation, and they do this stuff and they feel like it's cool. This is the thing you have to understand. There's a lot of kids, a lot of people out here in the world who don't have proper guidance. So they look to these celebrities and artists as a strong influence. They feel close to them. They listen to the music. They love what they make. They watch the interviews. They feel connected to them. So it's like whatever they're on, they're on. If they're not on that, through their influence, they will be on that. You get what I'm saying? It's all a chess game. So with him having this influence, pushing this drugs and codeine, you can see it out here. Like example, right? I remember at one point in time, cough syrup, codeine was like nothing, dog. Like if you have a cough issue, you can go to like CVS or Walgreens or Eckerd's back in the days. That's what they used to call it until it got bought out. Like you can go to these places and you can easily get cough syrup. I know because when I was growing up, I had cough issues. So it's like I used to get cough syrup all the time. No, I didn't like it, but at the same time, I never knew that it would have transitioned as to where people who had the ability of getting it easy access, now all of a sudden it's behind the counters and it's like you really have to have a prescription for this, because cough syrup it has what is it again in there? Oxycontin inside of the codeine. You feel me? All of these things that give you this euphoria, this high that slows you down. There's a lot of people who have a lot of lean addictions. Lean, like actually activists, excuse me. That was the most famous brand I used to see in the stores. I remember seeing it all day long. Until now, you don't even see it like that. You get what I'm saying? That's why I played that clip. There was an employee working in a warehouse and was stealing this stuff and making money. If you don't believe this stuff, at one point in time, a regular activist or whatever bottle at the drugstore was like a $20 or something small. One of those regular 8-ounce bottles goes for like damn near 600 or plus in the streets. You get what I'm saying? That's like a huge profit difference. So you have a lot of people who's going crazy over this stuff. That's why you see a lot of people out here passing off these fake drugs, fake lean, fake perks, fake Xanax, because they know that there's a lot of people who have a love for these drugs and they'll pay money for it. So you have to understand that there's a lot of confusion when it comes to this stuff, bro. Once again, I'm going to state it. Yes, there were people back in the days that were doing it. Not saying Future was, Future is the reason for people dying off of this stuff. There were people in Texas who were dying off of this codeine and stuff. That's where it originally originated from, in my opinion, seeing people doing it. But it's like it got bigger over time through rappers really exposing it and glorifying it. Like a Future with the double cup and all of that shit. Like, it's foolishness to me, dog. You have kids who overdose on this stuff. And I buried kids who've overdosed on drugs multiple of times when I was working in the graveyard. And it's sad, bro. You have parents who cry and plead, I beg my kids to stop, but they wouldn't stop. You want to know why? Because they found comfort in it. And they listen to a lot of these artists and they feel connected to them, and they go through these depressions and they fall into the drugs. They fall into this stuff, and it's like damn near hard for them to get out of it. You have a lot of kids nowadays who are heavy drug addicts and like damn near like new age crackheads, bro. Like, don't believe me? I see this stuff all day long, bro, at my jobs, bro. When I walk around and I'm out working, like I see some of this stuff, like some of the homelessness, some of the like it will play with you, bro, because it's not supposed to be that way. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I just put this video out for people to understand, like, yes, a lot of this music, it can sound good and sound enticing, but the message that it delivers, and some people not knowing how to split the difference, i.e. younger kids, it takes a toll on them where if they're not strong-willed, they fall into it and they start abusing drugs and they start using this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful of what it is that you take in, mindful of what it is that you play around kids, Because a lot of these artists, they don't even do these type of drugs. They just want you to go out there and do it. And when all of these people are out here on drugs and doing it, they are able to capitalize because, like I stated, there are people who get paid to cause confusion. And I'm pretty sure that Future probably gets some sort of commission for the more people who get hooked on drugs and all of that stuff. They have studies about this stuff. The more people on drugs, the more people on lean, the more people on pills, more people smoking weed, more people smoking cigarettes, more people on cigars. They're able to track these type of sales and numbers, bro. And that's why you have these artists out here who push these things as influence for people to go out here and do it. So with that being said, remember this. Words can help you, they can hurt you, but here on my channel I use them to uplift you because everybody's a champion, nobody's a loser, man. It's your boy 440 for the world. Peace.